Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
What's up, everybody? Big Herc Prison Talk, back for another episode. Hope everybody had a great holiday and got to spend it with some loved ones. If you haven't had the opportunity, make sure you check out our website, which is www.FreshOutSeries.com, and shoot us an email if you got a question. I try to answer most of the questions. Sometimes we get overwhelmed, so I can't get to it, but holler at us. We love to hear from you. If you're gonna be going to prison, you're trying to get at us about some consulting, and you need to get some info that could be important to your survival, shoot us an email. I do one-on-one consulting. Holler at me, and I'll see what I can do for you. Had a question from one of our fans. Hey man, I got a few people close to me and is in prison camp that always asking for legal favors to do paperwork, call and inquire about stuff, running me back and forth. I try to remain loyal and supportive to my close ones, but it's starting to take a toll on me mentally because it's been going on for years and no real progress. I know the process is slow, but my question is, have you seen inmates in similar situations that have actually gotten out as a result of work they have had on the outsides? And how would you feel react if they stopped getting the support? It's funny you ask this question because throughout the almost 9 years I did in federal prison, we actually had a couple people that would run paperwork for us. And you know, for me and my group of friends that were in there together, we were always filing something to try to get out of prison. You know, I know a lot of times people on the street think, hey man, you committed a crime, do your time. But if you're in prison and you feel that there is a way out and that you've done enough time to learn your lesson, you try to find a way out. You know, you got a lot of people that are content playing dominoes in there, playing cards, playing baseball, waiting for a date. And then you got people who do their time like how I did mine, and they stay in the law library. They're always filing something. They're searching for a way out, and they know that there's an exit. And I've seen people get out. You know, there's people who have beat life sentences in the feds, fighting. There's people who have gotten time reductions. I've seen a lot of action over the course of the years I've done in federal prison, and I've seen people get results. So helping somebody that's locked up, I know sometimes it could seem like it's cumbersome, but you really are doing a good deed for that person inside, because sometimes that's all you have. You know, somebody sending you books, somebody going to get paperwork stamped at the clerk's office, somebody sending paperwork out, certified mail, making copies. I mean, we did all kind of stuff. I mean, the homie had his mom going down there, filing stuff, you know, trying to file common law documents with silver. We had people trying to basically do common law habeas corpuses for us. We were trying to do all kind of stuff. And, you know, a lot of people thought we were crazy. They used to say, oh man, you know, just do your time. But you were the dumb motherfuckers that basically embrace the prison system. That's why it works. Because you become a mental slave and you embrace the position that you're in and accept it. I don't accept shit in life. And I know a lot of guys that didn't. I know a lot of guys that stayed fighting while other guys were watching cable TV, sports, entertaining themselves. Hey man, everybody's got their own program, but if you're a fighter and that person's trying to do something to get that fucking 20 years off or that 10 years off or the life off or the fucking year off, hey man, support that person, man. You know, I know for a person on the street that's caught up on, you know, everyday living, it might not seem important what you're doing, but what you're doing is very important. And the people behind the wall, man, you don't realize how much that affects them during their time. Every day I was in prison, there wasn't one day I wasn't typing up a motion to try to get the fuck out. You know, people, oh man, you know, you did it, this and that, but motherfucker, you don't know the law. You ain't in here studying. You don't realize that there's opportunity to get the fuck out of here if you figure it out. And that's how we did our time. So I can sympathize with the person who's asking you to file the paperwork, because I've been there. I've been one of those people asking people to help me file paperwork, and I didn't have family members doing it for me. I had friends, family members doing it for me, and they believed in me. And so, you know, I ended up doing my time up until the time I got out, but I learned a lot through that process. Even though I didn't get out early, I was already out early because my mind was not in prison. You know, I had a different outlook on just life, the law, being a person that's fighting, educating myself, and man, it changed me for the better. And when I got out, I made a smooth transition back into society, where a lot of guys at the halfway house was stuck because they were on BET time, or they were on Fox News time, or they were on basically college sports time. I didn't watch one fucking whole sporting event while I was in prison. You know, I might have sat back when they had part of the Super Bowl, because they used to have, they give us little goodies on Super Bowl, and I might have watched part of that, but I didn't entertain myself with that, man. And, you know, filing paperwork was my life, and I filed everything I could to get the fuck out of there early. I hated every day of it, and so the person in there fighting probably hates every day they're in there, and they already realized they made a mistake, but that don't mean they should be punished for the rest of their fucking life, because we got a fucking slavery prison system. So keep supporting that person, man, and do what you can to help them at least feel that somebody has their back. And I'm telling you, man, it's so rewarding. And at the end of the day, I mean, what is an hour here out of your time, or, you know, 2 hours here? I mean, man, this person's locked down, man. They have no life. So look out for that person, man. I feel for him.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.